Their ancestors took us there. You know, they took us there, and now they don't want us there. So now we're coming back to Africa, we're not going to be rejected, and our voice going to be heard. You know, because we're coming home. Our ancestors never gave up their citizenship when they leave these shores in bondage. So you all should not tell us, but wait, no time for no citizenship. That we are our ancestors coming back. The blood of our ancestors run through us. The same blood that run to the African run to us in the West. And I demand my citizenship.
What up, African family? Welcome back to the African Wahala. So, in the middle of my research, always looking out for a strong Pan-Africanist and people that just want the progression of Africa, like-minded people like me, I came across the Black Sit channel. Okay, and I binge watched a bunch of their videos, and I came across this particular one that is so strong. The message that the brother Adrian Lopez, the message he dropped in this particular video, it touched me from a different angle. Okay, he's basically talking about the repatriation process that a lot of Africans from the diaspora face when they land on the continent, especially pertaining to automatic citizenship. So first and foremost, Adrian Lopez, he's from the island of Montserrat in the Caribbean, and he was forced to emigrate to the United Kingdom due to a massive volcano that erupted in 1995, I believe. And having lived in the United Kingdom for a while, not having a great time out there due to so many problems as well, especially problems that relate to racism and discrimination and systemic subjugation. Him and his wife Blacksit and their kids, they decided to emigrate to the Republic of Gambia. Now they arrive at Gambia. Obviously they are Africans. Okay, you can tell from their physical characteristics, and they are just Africans. We don't need to talk too much about what makes you an African or not. If you're an African or if you're not. So they arrive at Gambia and they are met with red tapes, bureaucratic obstacles that prevent them from settling down and just having a normal life, even though they settle down quickly, put their kids in school, built a house, started contributing to the local economy as soon as they touched down in the Gambia. And then they are met with a red tape that requires them to live in the country for 15 years before they are awarded citizenships. Now, the entire point of Adrian Lopez's speech was to let the people of Africa, okay, the government people, the lawmakers and the legislators, to let them know that he is here to demand his citizenship. Honestly, that is the best way he could have ever put it, because you're not supposed to be begging for what is rightfully yours. All right, it's understandable that a lot of Africans from the diaspora, they don't know exactly where they're from. These days you find a bunch of people taking DNA tests and analysis from ancestry.ca or DNA123.com, all those websites that are popping up. To me, they are just capitalist ventures, and I don't know if I entirely trust their results, but that's another conversation for another day. So yeah, Adrian is demanding his citizenship because when his forefathers were taken away, stolen away, kidnapped illegally through slave trade, all right, they were taken to the Western world, in the United States, in the Caribbean islands, South America, different parts of the world. All right, now as a descendant returning to Africa, he doesn't have to go through that bureaucratic process of waiting a bunch of years before he gets a citizenship. I totally support that, because that doesn't make any sense. Why would you prevent me from what is rightfully mine, okay, due to the fact that you set up colonial laws that pertain to other non-Africans like Chinese, Lebanese, Indians. We have a bunch of these people living in our countries in Africa, and these are the stipulations they have to go through in order for them to get citizenships in those countries. But for you as an African person, from the diaspora, your phenotypical characteristics are 100% African. Your bloodline is of African descent. You don't have to go through that same process. And that's why I totally support this speech. I support their movement. If you guys haven't checked out Blacksit, they are a great resource. Very entertaining, very educative channel. They talk a lot about development in the country of Gambia. I just wanted to give a massive salute to Adrian Lopez and Bridget, the Blacksit family. They're doing a great job. They are the kind of trendsetters, trailblazers that we need in the global African community, and they are a massive positive to the global African community. Thanks for watching. Peace.
I would like everyone here to just give a round of applause for the work that's been doing. So that our voice will be heard. For me, I have a different story. I'm born in the Caribbean, and I've seen what's going on here. I've seen it in the Caribbean, and as I keep saying, our foreparents was taken away from these shores. So we're coming back to Africa. Is our foreparents coming back? So I'm just asking the government just to consider, because really we shouldn't even be in this position today, because they had no right to rescind our citizenship, because our ancestors never gave it up. Right? It was never given up by our ancestors. And the crime that was committed here against our people by the West, by England and America, is a crime that's still unsolved. And the African government need to take this into consideration, and they need to go back and try and solve the murder crime. That kidnap that was committed against us. Not to tell us coming back that we need to wait 15 years for citizenship, that we already have our citizenship through the color of our skin. We've been black, we've been taken from here. And we should be coming back here with automatic citizenship. We are Kunta Kinte coming back. We're not coming back as Toby. We're coming back as Kunta Kinte. That's who we are coming back to Africa. We shouldn't come back and make these laws to say, oh, you have to wait this time for citizenship. No, we shouldn't even have that. It should have been there for us. From the day we leave the shores of Africa, the doors of our citizenship should have remained open. I shouldn't even have to be here having this debate. So I'm pleading with the African government just to see. And those who are making those constitutions, I want to realize that their lineage could have been the one that born in the West. We are the same people. It's our great-great-great-grandmother, grandfather that came from Africa. Only 4 generations away. So how is the door shut for us and our citizenship? Anywhere in West Africa we want to go settle down, we should do so. Because Africa itself failed to hold a record of those that was enslaved. So how do we know where we come from? So that's why it's for us to come back. We should come back to any part of West Africa and set up without any implications. We don't have to be going through the same system as an Indian or Chinese or white person. We are black people coming back home. The West have the right to come here and take us away. And it's Africa. I don't think God have ever reached back out for us. So now we're coming back home on our own. We need your support. We shouldn't have to go through this today. We're coming back to help the community. Since I was in the Caribbean, I never feel settled in the Caribbean. I was born on the island of Montserrat. Montserrat in 1995, the volcano became active. And that's why I ended up in England. But why? They took us from Africa and take us to the Caribbean. That every year the Caribbean faces different natural disasters. And the West haven't done nothing. If you look at the last one in Bahamas, what did they do? Look at the hurricane destroy the lives of thousands and thousands of black people. And what did the President of America do? Turn a boat back when they was going to arm America for refuge. Their ancestors took us there. They took us there. I know they don't want us there. So now we're coming back to Africa. We're not going to be rejected. And our voice going to be heard. Because we're coming home. Our ancestors never gave up their citizenship when they leave these shores in bondage. So you should not tell us, but wait, no time for no citizenship. That we are our ancestors coming back. The blood of our ancestors run through us. The same blood that run to the African run to us in the West. And I demand my citizenship. I demand it. And many of us sitting here, they're singing the same song as me. We're coming back home. We are Kunta Kinte, we're coming back. You know, the last time they take us to change our name, they want to call him Toby. You know, but we are Kunta Kinte. If we have to give up all those names they give us in the West, we will do so. You know, so we're coming home. And I want my brothers and sisters here know that when we come home, we're coming back home to put the best into Africa. We're not coming here to take like any other race. We're coming to bring back the resources that they stole from us, bring it back here. That's why we're here. I mean, for us, we employ how many Gambians? And everyone sitting here, they have a business. You know, and they employ Gambians. You know, we love the people. We love the culture. You know, we are the people. This is who we are. So anywhere in West Africa, we should be welcome without any issues. You know, and this government have to realize that. You should have never closed the door to us coming back. Because you know that one day we will be coming back. 400 years they took us away. The white man never shows any respect. Never shows any respect in the West. The news tell you that. You could see it. No respect they have ever shown us. So now we're coming back home, we need our brothers and sisters to respect us. Because we work very hard in the West to come back and share our wealth with our brothers and sisters here.